We just got off the conversation of talking about Concord and how it lost over $400 million. Absolutely disgusting, complete waste of money, and an absolute joke on Sony's part. Well, things happen when you lose a company $400 million. And yes, we do know that they fail upwards a lot. We know that. Okay. That's just, it's a thing. We get that. But apparently, it doesn't happen enough. But it seems like it is happening now. There is a rumor going around that the Concord game director, Ryan Ellis, has officially stepped down after the game's abysmal failure. I think it's hilarious that when the mainstream media, right, when the mainstream media puts out rumors, and I think this has been confirmed already, but it wasn't confirmed at the time of this article. When the mainstream outlets put out rumors, it's perfectly fine. Their speculation is perfectly fine. Nobody questions their rumors. Everybody takes it, they take it no problem. But when the non-mainstream media puts out rumors, all of a sudden the mainstream media is like, well, that's not allowed. You're not supposed to be doing that. You got to do real journalism. You can't just make up speculation and rumors. That's not allowed. We were talking about that on a stream prior about Manga Lawyer's tweets and whatnot, where he got inside source information. You know what I mean? But apparently when Kotaku says they got inside source information, suddenly it's okay. And we're supposed to take it with a, I just find it very interesting how that's the case. But anyway, so Kotaku's Ethan Gack claims that Ellis has stepped down from his position as game director. Gack wrote, Ryan Ellis told staff at Firewalk last week that he would be stepping down from his game director role and move into a support role instead, according to 3 sources familiar with the change. This should not be a surprise, given it's quite difficult to be a game director when you do not have a game to direct. So again, this is not shocking, right? They don't have a game anymore. Concord is dead. So why do you need a game director for a game that's no longer around? I really don't think that Firewalk Studios is going to survive for another game. I think what's going to happen is they're probably going to let go about half of the staff, and the other half is going to be absorbed into different studios within Sony. I really do. I don't think they're gonna fire everybody, but I think they're gonna spread out, the people who've been there a long time, maybe the ones with the most experience, or maybe the ones with the most pronouns. Remember, that's important. But they're gonna spread out about 50% of them and then fire the rest. I really do believe that's gonna happen. Aside from this rumor that Ellis has stepped down as game director, Gack claims that 3 sources inside Firewalk Studios informed him that they are pessimistic about Concord returning. So my thing is, like, why would you want that? Why would you want that? Why would you want Concord to return? When I had this conversation with Smash JT, he was thinking that Concord was going to return by the end of the year. And I think no fucking way. Absolutely, positively, no way. I don't believe that. Because, first off, you are the joke of the entire industry, right? You're not even just a joke of your own little sphere. You're not just a joke of your own little circle. You're the fucking joke of the entire industry. Everybody's looking at you and they're not wanting to be you, right? So why would you then release the game again only a few months after you took the biggest L probably in gaming history? Why would you want to do that? The PR that is around your game right now is extremely negative. That would be the dumbest move you could possibly make. If you want to stay quiet, maybe for 3 years or so, and bring it back later as a free-to-play game with minimal support and low budget, that's something different. But for you to bring the game back so soon, so quickly, and everybody remembers you as the laughingstock of the fucking industry, that would be very dumb. Even as a free-to-play game, that would be dumb. That would you might as well. I don't even know. I don't even know at this point. At least one of them allegedly informed him that they had been asked to explore pitches for something completely different than Concord. Ryu says it's all about money. But the thing is, they made no money. Right? They made no money. And here's another thing, too. I want you guys to keep in mind. Concord going free to play is a guaranteed failure. You want to know why? The modern audience has already proven to us that that would happen. You guys got to remember, Concord was free to play. Remember that. Concord was free to play for a few days during its open beta. How many people showed up? 2,200 people showed up. That's it. 22, 24, whatever it was. 20. It was like 2,000 something. 2,400 people showed up when it was free to play. So that 2,000 some odd players, you think that's going to be enough to support a free to play game that costs $400 million? We already know that this game will not be supported even if it was free to play, because they showed us their hand, right? It would be one thing if it was free to play and it had like 15, 20,000 players. That's something different. That's something totally different. But they went free to play and they only had 2,000 players. And what we saw too is that after 10 days, they lost 90% of their player base. So even if they did have 2,000 players going free to play, they will lose 90% of those players in a little over a week. So there is no point to bring this game back as free to play because it's just going to fail again. It's going to fail twice. And they cannot afford to take another public L on the same fucking game. Like I said in my videos prior, initially I thought they were going to bring it back as free to play. I don't believe that anymore. I think what's going to happen is that they basically put out a PR statement. They wanted to do damage control and they didn't want to admit failure to the public. So what they did was they said, hey, we're going to take this game down and we're going to reevaluate our strategy. But all that means is that they're going to take the game down and they're going to shut the fuck up and be quiet for as long as possible until people forget about the massive failure known as Concord. And before you know it, Sony's never going to talk about it again. They're not going to bring it out again. They're not. So they want to pretend like, oh yeah, we're just reevaluating strategy. No. They just want to be quiet and hope that you guys forget about it. That's it. And they'll focus on their next release, which is Fair Games. And keep in mind, Fair Games is just a heist version of Concord. It's DEI heisting. If you ever wanted to, play a heist game, but you wanted to be overly fake diverse, yeah, play that game. Play that game. Concord is just going to go down in history as a massive failure that nobody's going to forget. The internet, exactly. I was about to say that, Solzhen. The internet never forgets. So let's see. He also indicated that there is an uncertainty as to what happens to the studio moving forward. While some may have been asked to pitch new projects, others are speculating that they might get moved to other studios within PlayStation Studios network. Still, others believe that layoffs are around the corner. I'm telling you, bro, I need to see an announcement of at least 50% fires. And you can call me a dick for wishing bad on people, whatever. I understand. That's perfectly fine. I'm okay with it. But I need to see at least 50% of people fired at the bare fucking minimum. Because if this studio gets fully absorbed and nobody gets fired, bro, Sony's cooked. Sony is cooked, and they're cooked because they got no goddamn competition. That's the fucking problem. They got no competition. This is the problem when there is no competition. You get comfortable, you get lazy, you get stupid. This is the issue. This is why I want Xbox to wake the fuck up and get out of their rut that they're in and figure out how to compete with Sony again. Because Sony's making stupid ass fucking decisions like this because they are unbelievably lazy and complacent. They have no goddamn competition.